Students, welcome in this new session. Today we are going to study one of the another unit, that is the microbes in sewage treatment. So firstly, what is mean by sewage? Sewage is a matter carried in a drainage. In the drainage, it may be municipal waste or it may be human excreta, household waste. Some are pathogenic microbes, microbes like the bacteria, viruses, protozoans, nematodes, fungi, and so on. So all these are the pathogenic microbes. They are also present in a sewage. Sometimes hospital waste as well as animal dung, and in industries some discharged industrial waste. It may be inorganic as well as organic dissolved material or the waste. Here organic and inorganic waste. So all these materials, they are present in the sewage. Generally, the composition of sewage which consists of the water and organic and inorganic matter. Near about 99.5 to 99.9% of water, they are present in the sewage, and only 0.1 to 0.5% of organic and inorganic matter, they are present in the sewage. Composition of sewage varies depending upon the type of waste discharged into water from different industries. Here industries like the textile industry, then pharmaceutical industry, as well as dairy industries, as well as oil refineries. Next one, that is the microorganisms in a sewage. So different type of the microbes, they are present in the sewage. There may be bacteria, there may be fungi, viruses, nematodes or protozoans. Now raw sewage also contain the coliforms, fascial streptococci, anaerobic spore forming bacilli. So before waste water is made available for human use, it has been treated properly. The sewage treatment process includes 4 basic steps. Sewage treatment. So sewage, they cannot be released directly to the rivers as well as lakes. So there is some process. These sewage treatment process, they are completed in 4 basic steps. The first is the preliminary treatment. Second is the primary treatment. Primary treatment, it is also known as physical treatment. Third is the secondary treatment. It is also known as biological treatment. And fourth is the tertiary treatment. So before releasing this sewage in the river, these four steps they are completed. Now these 4 steps we will study one by one. So out of these 4 basic steps of sewage treatment, the first one is the preliminary treatment. Now this preliminary treatment, which consists of 2 sub-steps. One is the screening and other is the grit chamber. So in case of the screening, sewage and wastewater which contains plenty of suspended floating material, coarse and solid particles along with dissolved substances, and the suspended objects are also filtered and removed. Here the sewage they are passed through the screens or net in the chamber. It means larger suspended particles they are separated through the screening process. The second is the grit chamber. Now in this grit chamber, the sewage they are passed into series of grit chamber, and in this grit chamber, which contains large stones and brick ballast. So after transferring this sewage into the grit chamber, the coarse particles it should be settled down in the grit chamber. It means the coarse particles they are separated with the help of the grit chamber. Here these wastewater they are initially, suppose this one is the chamber, that is the preliminary chamber, and this is the grit chamber. In this preliminary chamber, the sewage water they are transferred on the net or the screens, and large particles they are separated, while in the grit chambers the coarse particles it should be settled down at the base of this grit chamber, and coarse particles they are separated. So this is the first preliminary treatment. Second is the primary treatment. It is also known as physical treatment, in which from this grit chamber, this sewage water, by using the mechanical device, it should be pumped in another chamber. It is known as primary chamber, or it is also known as primary sedimentation tank. Another tank, that is the primary sedimentation tank. Now in this primary sedimentation tank, whatever the wastewater they are transferred, it contains organic matter, as well as in this tank near about 50 to 70% solid settle down in the sedimentation tank, as well as there is the reduction in 30 to 40% of coliform organism at the base. The primary sludge they are settled down, and upper side of this tank they contain the organic matter which is dissolved in the water. It is known as effluents. That is, in the effluents which contains the organic matter as well as microorganisms. So in the primary treatment, there is the primary sludge that are settled down at the base of sedimentation tank, and effluents which contain the organic matter and microorganism, they are present at the upper side of this sedimentation tank. So after a primary treatment or the physical treatment, these are the secondary treatment or the biological treatment. Now the effluents they are transferred mechanically on the another tank. It is known as aeration tank. These effluents they are transferred in this aeration tank. In this aeration tank, there is a growth of aerobic bacteria which takes place. So in this aeration tank, these effluents they are constantly agitated with the help of agitator. That is a constant agitation which is required for the fully growth of the aerobic bacteria. So there is a continuous pumping of fresh air constantly in this aeration tank. So growth of bacteria, that is the aerobic bacteria, they forms flocs. The flocs, it means masses of bacteria held together by slime or fungal hyphae. It is known as flocs. Now these are aerobic bacteria or the microbes. They consume major part of organic matter which is present in these effluents. And therefore maximum amount of organic matter they are consumed by aerobic bacteria. Now next one, that is the tertiary treatment. Now these effluents they are transferred. They transfer in another tank, that is in a settling tank, in the another tank, that is in the settling tank. So in this tank, these bacterial flux allowed to sediments at the base. These bacterial flux they allowed to sediments. Now these are the activated sludge, and a small part of this sludge they are transferred in the aeration tank, and large part of it should be transferred in this anaerobic digester. Now growth of the anaerobic bacteria, which takes place in the sludge digester, and these bacteria, it should be anaerobic bacteria, they digest the bacteria as well as fungi. During this process, there is a formation of methane, hydrogen sulfide as well as CO2, and lastly there is the chlorination which is done, and lastly these water they are released in the river as well as lakes.